let's dive into the recent moves made by the New York Mets and what it means for the team going forward. It's a thrilling time to be a Mets fan as the front office shows urgency and decisiveness. Are we witnessing a shift in the team's strategy? What does the signing of Bo Bichette mean for our lineup? Stick around as we explore these questions and more. Just a day after the disappointment of losing Kyle Tucker, the Mets shifted their focus and made a bold move to secure Bo Bichette. This quick pivot indicates just how seriously the Mets are approaching this offseason. They clearly didn't want to waste any time, and that urgency is a strong signal to all fans about their commitment to winning. Now, let's unpack what this means for our beloved team. Bichette has officially signed a 3-year deal worth $126 million, which includes opt-outs after the first 2 years and full no-trade protection. This is an aggressive approach, but it's also a smart one for a team looking to balance immediate success with future stability. It's important to note that while Bichette may not carry the same star power as Tucker, he brings a dependable offensive presence that the Mets desperately need. Let's talk numbers. Bichette has a career WRC plus of 122, which speaks to his consistent offensive production. Last season, he hit 18 home runs and drove in 94 RBIs, showing he can contribute significantly to run production without solely relying on power. For a team that has occasionally leaned too heavily on streaky power hitters, Bichette's skill set is a breath of fresh air. He's a contact hitter who can keep rallies alive, and at just 27 years old, he still has room to grow. However, it's not just about the money. The decision to sign Bichette carries real consequences for the Mets' long-term strategy, especially when it comes to their draft picks. By signing him, the Mets will forfeit their second and fifth highest picks in this year's draft, as well as $1 million from their international bonus pool. This could hinder their ability to build through the draft, an approach that has been a priority for them recently, particularly under the direction of David Stearns. This brings us to a critical juncture. The Mets are banking on Bichette's talent to deliver immediate results, but at what cost? If he has a stellar season or two and opts out, we might be left with a depleted farm system and no safety net. It's a double-edged sword, and the risk is palpable. What do you think, Mets fans? Are you comfortable with this gamble? Stearns is known for his calculated approach, and this move suggests a shift in mentality for the organization. They didn't just stumble into this decision. They made a calculated choice. Bichette's signing is about more than just filling a spot in the lineup. It's a statement of intent that they are ready to compete now. Bichette also brings playoff experience, which is invaluable. He's shown he can step up in crucial moments, and that's precisely the kind of player we need as we aim for success in October. Even if he does opt out early, the hope is that the production he provides will outweigh the loss of future assets. This isn't just a consolation prize. It's a bold declaration of where the Mets believe they are heading. The cost is indeed steep, and the margin for error is slim. But that's what it means to be in contention. You take risks. The Mets have shown they are done hesitating, and that's encouraging for us fans. So, what's your take on the signing of Bo Bichette? Do you think he can be the missing piece of the puzzle for the Mets? Comment Go New York Mets in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. What do you think about the potential risk involved in this signing? Is it worth the price? As we look ahead, it's clear that the Mets are positioning themselves for a competitive season. But with the stakes as high as they are, every decision matters. How do you feel about the direction the team is taking? Do you believe this signing will pay off in the long run? As we navigate through this off-season, it's an exciting time for Mets fans everywhere. The commitment to winning is evident, and the front office's willingness to make bold moves is something we can rally behind. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts. Don't hold back. Where are you watching from? And what's your opinion on the Mets' latest signing? Remember, every voice matters, and we want to hear from you. So, let's make our voices heard as we support the New York Mets. Comment below with your city and your thoughts. Together, let's celebrate our team and look forward to a thrilling season ahead. As we dive into the latest from the New York Mets, it's clear that this offseason is shaping up to be critical. There's a buzz in the air, but will it translate into the changes we desperately need? Today, we'll explore the Mets' pursuit of outfield talent, the glaring issues in the pitching rotation, and what this all means for our chances next season. Stay tuned as we break down who's on the radar and what moves might be in store. The Mets are clearly aware that they can't afford to sit idly by this winter. With the outfield market heating up, they've had their eyes on several big names. Kyle Tucker was the name on everyone's lips, and for a moment, it felt like a real possibility. But then the Dodgers swooped in with a quick deal, leaving many Mets fans feeling a bit deflated. It's frustrating, right? Just when it seems like we're making progress, another team snatches away our hopes. Still, the Mets haven't given up. They've been active in their search, checking in on Cody Bellinger and Harrison Bader, and keeping an eye on Luis Robert Jr. It's good to see management staying engaged, but are we focusing too much on the outfield while ignoring a more pressing issue? The second half of last season was a stark reminder of how fragile our pitching rotation can be. Let's face it, it was rough. We watched as Kodai Senga, Tyler Megill, and Frankie Montas all struggle with injuries, and Griffin Canning's Achilles injury didn't help matters. By August, our rotation was stretched thin, relying on young arms that simply lacked the experience to hold up under pressure. The Mets missed the playoffs not just because our offense hit a slump, but because our rotation crumbled. We can't just build around young pitchers and hope for the best. That's not a sustainable strategy. So what does this mean for our off-season approach? It's clear that while we've got our eye on outfield upgrades, the real priority should be solidifying our pitching rotation. What we need is reliability, not just flashy names. A true frontline starter would elevate our team, but even a strong mid-rotation arm could provide the stability we desperately need. The Mets have been linked to various pitchers recently, from Tarek Skubal and Freddie Peralta to Framber Valdez and Zach Gallen. Each of these names brings something different to the table, and while none of these paths are simple, the urgency is palpable. We can't afford to let last season's mistakes haunt us again. Now let's talk about Mackenzie Gore and Chris Bubic. Both have been floated in trade rumors, but according to a Salmon from The Athletic, they're considered long shots. Gore, with his top prospect status and impressive strikeout numbers, is tempting, but the price tag could be steep. Do we take that risk? Bubic, with his impressive 2.55 ERA, is likely off the table for the Royals, especially as they look to compete. It's clear that while these options are intriguing, they may not be as attainable as we'd like. Freddie Peralta stands out as a name that fits our needs perfectly. He's got the swing and miss stuff that could be a game changer for us. On the other hand, Valdez and Gallen offer a level of safety as proven anchors, but come at a premium price. It's a balancing act for our front office. They learned a hard lesson last year about waiting too long to make moves, and it seems they're approaching this winter with a sense of urgency and purpose. So what's the takeaway here? Outfield upgrades will come. They always do. But if we want to see October baseball back in Queens, the real focus needs to be on a mound. It's time for the Mets to make a statement and show that they're serious about contending. What do you think, Mets fans? Are we right to prioritize pitching over outfield upgrades? Who do you want to see in a Mets uniform next season? Comment, "Go New York Mets," below, and let's hear your thoughts on our off-season strategy. Are there any specific players you have in mind that can help us turn the tide? As we wrap up, let's keep the conversation going. Where are you from? And what's your take on the Mets' chances next season? Your opinions matter, and we want to hear from every corner of Mets Nation. Don't forget to subscribe for updates, and stay in a loop as we follow the off-season closely. Let's rally together and see what the future holds for our beloved Mets.